Here we are at TESPN Media Days, joined by track coach Marcus Jones. And Coach Jones, the first question I have to ask you is, this is a job that you did for many, many years, coaching track, of course, as well as cross country, and won, many, many championships in the cross country side. And then you haven't been coaching for the last little bit here. So just how has it been being back out there on the track with these athletes?
It's been great. This has just been it's coming off the heels of our first meet this Saturday, which was just outstanding. I mean, really top to bottom. We had, JV athletes to our, school record holders just lighting it up. So, the grind of practice every day can be a little bit of a challenge, but when you get to a meet and everyone's clicking, it's just no better feeling,
Absolutely. So for you, obviously your background is in distance, but also you've coached a lot and studied all the different disciplines of track. But one thing, your staff is primarily filled with people who aren't here on a daily basis as full-time teachers here. So could you just talk a little bit about your assistant coaches and what they bring to the table?
So I think that's one of the reasons I was really excited to take over as head coach was we have such a talented group of assistants. So Trevor Taylor is coaching our throwers. Trevor was an outstanding thrower himself here at Trinity. He's our school record holder. Trevor's excited to potentially coach the next school record holder. And then we've got Coach Chris Christian, who's just really great with mid-distance, really good with mechanics. Anna Roberts is an outstanding sprinter who works with our sprinters. She's been working some with our jumpers. And then Coach John Jones, who worked with the football team in the fall. He is excellent with our hurdlers. So it's really a complete staff. It's just people who are really motivated, who are dedicated to just helping the athletes get better, and makes my job a lot easier.
That's great. Well, let's talk about some of the athletes. I mean, again, it's such a unique sport in that you have, running a 50 versus throwing a shot put are very different skills. Right. You've got boys, you've got girls. Your meets are predominantly indoors, but you practice mostly outdoors. So it's a lot for, to manage, I would think. But who are some of the athletes that just you're really excited about with this co-ed indoor track program this season?
So there's a lot of them. I think that's the first thing. So the folks that are returners from last year, there are some just really committed track folks like Lilly Versen, who I saw you talking to earlier, Drew Covington, Ty Mathis, Cooper Gardner in the throws, Sarah Coleman. We've got Nathan Sims, who he's a junior transfer from James River. He lit it up this weekend over at St. Chris. And then William Hoffler, another just outstanding sprinter. And then, adding to that, we have a lot of guys that played football in the fall. We have a couple field hockey girls. Lily Jeanette's joining us from volleyball. Seth Molesky, who played soccer. So we've got guys and girls who are joining the team who are competitors. They like to compete. And if you're going to be successful in track, you have to want that. You have to want to compete. You got to want to be, put it all out there. And that was what was so fun about this weekend, having athletes from different sports come together, joining that core group we had last year. It was just fun. It was just a really fun time.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got, some really incredible athletes who maybe this is not their first sport, but, I mean, that competitiveness they bring is going to be really exciting to watch. That's awesome. One last question I always like to ask those of us who teach and coach, just can you talk about the track as an extension of the classroom and how for you, how do you bring what you know as an experienced educator into the sports arena?
Yeah, well, I think we both know this, but there's a lot of overlap between what you're trying to do as a teacher and as a coach. They're very similar roles. And actually, from the perspective of a teacher, I've sort of seen my class really as a team. And, you want people in the class to feel comfortable. You want them to support one another. And that's the same thing you want on the track. But it's really that discipline and that willingness to commit yourself to the work that I think you see in both the classroom and the sports. Sometimes practice isn't fun. It is hard work. Sometimes doing your homework is a challenge. Studying for a test, a really difficult lifting session or interval section. But when you have a great competition, when you jump you jump far, you have a big throw, you run fast time, or you get an A on a test, you feel like that hard work was rewarded. So I think there's discipline that is important for both academics.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, for a high school student, to see that work pay off. And I know we've already seen a lot of these winter track athletes starting to see it pay off. Yeah. I said that was the last question, but actually I have to ask you one more. Sorry. It's about school records.
Okay, love that.
Because I know several records fell this past weekend. What are some records we might want to keep an eye on that might fall this indoor track season?
Well, I'd love to say all of them, but no, I think that we had some records go down this weekend. It's always exciting when you see someone do something historic. There's going to be a few more that go down. I'm going to give you a couple that little sneaky records that I don't know that people would expect, but I think somebody is going to break the boys 55 hurdles record, and I don't know who that person is. But Coach Geron's out there working. We got some athletic kids who are learning the event, and I know that sounds like a lot, but I think that we're going to have somebody do it by the end of the season. Similarly, we're going to have a girl break the pole vault record. And we haven't had a pole vault here at Trinity in a while, but we have a couple of very talented athletes that are working with somebody off campus who's kind of a guru for pole vault that we've been able to connect them with. And I would not be surprised if pole vault goes down. This is probably not the answers you were expecting.
Yeah,
but,
that's awesome. All right, 55 hurdles on the boys' side, pole vault on the girls' side. We'll look for those to fall, as some have already fallen this year. And good luck this season.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. All right, indoor track. We got Lilly, Versen, and Drew Covington here with us, representative from both the girls' team and the boys' team. Your season got started just this past weekend with the first meet of the year over at St. Christopher's, and sounds like it went great. Some school records went down. So just what are you most excited about for this season?
I'm really excited to see how everybody on the team improves. We have a lot of new people this year as opposed to last year, so I'm just really excited to see how everyone puts in the work every day.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. It's very exciting. I think in the past 4 years I've been here, I think that it's safe to say that this is the most talented the team has ever looked. So it's very exciting. I want to see how that translates throughout the year and even in outdoor.
That's awesome. So Coach Jones is program head this year. He's done it before, but not, I think, since you all have been here. So what's that been like, having someone who's kind of a legend in the track and cross-country world as your head coach?
So Mr. Jones has actually been very nice to the team. He's been a great addition. I've actually really enjoyed him. He cares a lot about us, and he shows that he cares a lot about us, and he wants us to perform our best. So even with the coaching change, I think that it's gone more smoothly than it could have been.
Yeah, my main worry with the coaching change was if we were to lose that winning edge and that one, to always get better, but Jones so far has alleviated those worries. He genuinely wants us to be the best in the state of Virginia, and he's taken steps to try and get us to that goal.
That's awesome. So yeah, I was going to ask you guys next about goals. How about just for each of you individually, what are goals for this winter season, and then collectively as a team, how far do y'all think you can take this?
So for me personally, I really want to make it to the state championship, hopefully win some. Definitely excited for indoor nationals in March, but just to break some more records. And but for the team, I definitely want to see everyone just putting their best out every single meet. Even if I know we can't take everybody to states, but just to see how far they can go is going to be great.
Yeah, I want to repeat and do what we did last year. I want another 4x1 championship. I want to, surprisingly, our long jump, core this year is very competitive. So a lot of people are going to be fighting to compete for that, school record. And it's very exciting because we all, jump 20 plus.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I saw you looking back at the record board. So I have to ask each of you, counting relays and everything, how many school records are you a part of?
I have, I think, 4 counting this one and last year.
You have 4 school records.
Technically 3, but like 4 because I rebroke mine from last year.
Gotcha. How about you, Drew?
2, the 4x2 relay from this year and the 4x1 relay from last year.
That's awesome. All right, let's end it with a quick lightning round. Pre-meet, what do you listen to hype yourself up?
I don't know.
No music for you? You listen to podcasts before? What are we doing?
I kind of just like watch everyone, warm up. I don't really listen to music.
I'd say I listen to Power by Kanye West.
Oh, I actually listen to that song too.
There you go.
If
Okay.
I listen to one.
Okay. What is your, I don't know for track if this applies, but like, do you have a go-to pregame or pre-meet meal?
The night before, I just eat a lot of bread. Personally.
I eat a singular granola bar. That's it.
Just one.
Just
For
one.
like for dinner or for breakfast?
No, at the beginning of like a morning, I only eat one granola bar.
What's your favorite classes at Trinity?
Classes? I like global politics and Spanish.
AP language.
And if you could like emulate any athlete, it could be a track person or any sport really, like who's basically just your favorite athlete that you look up to?
Like famous? Or like
Yeah.
anywhere?
Well, yeah.
Abby Steiner, she ran at the University of Kentucky and competed for the USA global team.
Favorite athlete? Wow. I'd say Naomi Osaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And if you could live anywhere in the world and money were no object, like where is your dream place to live?
Somewhere on the water, like definitely tropical.
Like maybe like Maine? No. I'm kidding.
I'd say San Francisco.
That's on the water.
Yeah.
Not really tropical though. All right, cool. Well, thank you all. Sounds like track's off to a great start. We'll be excited to follow y'all's progress this year and know that you all are great leaders in that program and have been and will continue to be. So thanks so much for joining us today.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much.
All right,
Thank
see you,
you.
Drew. See you, Lily. Thank you.
Thank you.